What's up guys, it's Roger, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use your Blink and Trials of Osiris on Cauldron. Now Cauldron is a pretty slappy map, and we're going to get into a nice strategy I have set up for you guys here, but before we do that, I gotta throw it over to a real sexy guy, because he's got to tell you something real quick, a real spicy message for you, so let's throw it over to that sexy man. Appreciate the compliment, Roger, and I'll take it from here. Hey guys, it's me, Roger. So what I want to show you really quick is just the membership stuff. If you come here to my main screen on my main channel, or under a video, you're going to see a join button down here, or like I said, on the main channel here, a join button. You click that, and you can see I have all this set up, $4.99 a month if you want to. Again, don't feel like you have to, but if you're interested, you get all this kind of stuff. You get a badge next to your name, and each couple of months, it changes, it upgrades until the ultimate. If you do this for 2 years, you get the Golden Roger with a crown on his head, freaking Golden King Roger. Oh, he looks so sexy, baby. What? All right, we gotta keep going. You get some emojis. We do unlock more emoji slots as we get more members, so if you're interested in that, we only need 2 more members, I think, and we get 5 more emoji slots, so we keep filling those out. You can leave those in the comments, and then when I'm actually able to stream, then you will be able to use those in the live chat as well. And then down here we have some extra perks. So first of all, you're going to get early access to new videos. So whenever I release a video, as soon as I publish it and it's completely good, HD finishes processing and everything, I'm just going to let it be available to all of my members. So if you want to watch videos like 12 hours earlier, when I upload them the night before the video actually goes live, then you can immediately get access to that video and you don't even have to wait until the next day. So I think that's probably the biggest incentive that I have, but also we're going to do shoutouts, of course, either sometime in a video at the beginning, at the end, whatnot. On most videos, a couple times a week at least, I'll do a little shout out and say, hey, thank you very much for being a member. Priority reply to comments. Of course, I reply to all your comments anyways, but especially if you're a member, I will go and I will look at this beautiful little member right here, and I'll reply to your comment first and foremost with as much care as I can, and I'll give you a little compliment each time too. I'll tell you you're looking handsome today, tell you you smell good, tell you, hey, I'm proud that you ate your breakfast this morning, Slugger, keep it up, you're doing good in life. And then after that, we have weekly member trials games. Now, I know you guys asked to play with me a lot, and it's just not something I really do, but I thought, hey, this is a good way to implement it, I think, into the channel. So, every week, either on Sunday or Monday, if we get any members, I will do some trials games with my members, and I'm assuming there won't be very many members at first, or any for a while, who knows, but whenever there is, I will do some trials games for a couple of hours on either Sunday or Monday, so we go Flawless Pool will be active, and then we can kind of just play some chill trials games and mess around for a few hours or something like that. If that interests you, then go ahead, you can join membership. And last but not least, you will get a little Discord server member role if you are interested in that. Let me pull that over for you. Whoa, there's the Discord for you. So I do have a role set up, and that is called Puffer People, the same thing as it is. The membership is called Puffer People, as you can see before. Puffer People, right there. So same thing in the Discord. There is a Puffer People lounge. You saw one of my mods might have started talking because he was like, hey, yo, how does this exist? I was like, brother, this exists for the members, so he like self-banished himself. But if you're a Puffer person, a Puffer People, you can come in, and we have this lounge just so we can privately talk there. And then when we do our trials games and whatnot, we have the Puffer People talk zone, so we can talk there as well. So you also get a little special role in the server, a special little icon next to your name, and you will even appear above all of the Blink police. So you will get right under me right here. Your role will be displayed above even the moderators themselves. So if that is interesting to you, then go ahead and join the membership right there, like I said, on the main channel page or under the video at any point. I'll probably make a dedicated video going over all of this more in depth and whatnot, and release that in the next few days, but I thought I would just show it to you guys, especially on this video, as I just set it up earlier today. So yeah, that's all that. If you are interested, like I said, go ahead, check it out, but if you're not, that's completely fine. I still appreciate and love you guys no matter what. If you just want to watch the videos like you always have, that's completely cool with me as well. All that being said, I think we can kick it back over to that handsome guy who's he was talking to you before. What is his name? Oh yeah, Roger, that's right. God, that guy has the sexiest blue eyes. Well, let's throw it back to him. Well, oh god dang, this guy is just giving me all the compliments. I mean, I do got some pretty blue eyes, but look, that's not the point right now. We gotta break this build down now. We've wasted enough time going over some new channel updates and whatnot, but what about the build today? What are we using? Well, I use Verity's Brow right here. I used that in a video yesterday, but we're using it again today, switching up the build a little bit, and actually I quite like this build. So let's start breaking it down. Now with Verity's Brow here, we have the 4th magic. So weapon final blows with a damage type matching your subclass energy grant death throws, which provide a grenade damage bonus and grants you grenade energy. When you have death throws and throw a grenade, nearby allies gain greatly increased grenade regeneration for a short time. So that's very good, you know, we love to see that you get extra bonus damage from the grenades. Really, what I like from this is just getting extra grenade energy. By just getting kills with a void weapon, because of course we're on void, we're a blinky boy, that's really good. We can get a bunch of grenade energy back, and yeah, you can get some really good high damage nades, and it's awesome when you're able to do that, but for the most part, I kind of use this as a more active Eye of Another World. I did an Eye of Another World build a while back, and I used it when I wanted to get a bunch of nades, and Verity's Brow does something very similar, but when you do get it to work, where you can get the bonus nade damage as well, that is very nice. So what weapons are we going to be using to actually get the death throws? Now here's the thing, yesterday I was using a bottom dollar, right? Because it's a void weapon. Then I had someone comment, one of my subscribers, sorry I forget your name right now, I forget who it was, sorry about that, but very smart person. If it was you, leave a comment and say, that was me that told you to do that, and I'll pin your comment to the top, and then I'll give you a little kiss on the cheek. But they said, why don't you go use an osmosis gun? And I said, that's genius. So that's exactly what I did. I went through my vault and I saw this right here, the Legal Action 2, a high impact frame pulse rifle, and one that I was never quite a big fan of, but honestly, after using it today, I've changed my tune, and this thing is sexy. I could go to the freaking Playboy Mansion and I would look through the entire crowd of ladies, but I would just keep my eyes on the legal action here because this thing is just muy caliente. So what do we got here? Well, we have Osmosis. So using our grenade ability changes this weapon damage type to match your subclass. So we throw a nade, this becomes a void weapon. And then we can kill and get death throw stacks with this. Get our nade back really quickly just by slaying out at a range with our voided up legal action. That's absolutely amazing, and it just makes this a really fun combo. But this is also our kinetic weapon, so we have one more weapon we can use that's also going to be void. And that weapon is nothing less than the goddamn Telesto. Obviously, this thing has been the zeitgeist for the community for the past few days. This thing has been taking over the game, it's been taking over the Twitter, and honestly, at first, I was like, you know what, I'd rather they just fix their game than distracting us with some dumb memes. But I kind of let go, and I was like, screw it, you know what, it's funny, and I actually like what they did with this gun now, and this gun's actually really fun. Like, I would never use this before because it was a meme, but now I've been having a lot of fun with it. So you know what? I'm on board. I am on board with the Telesto fan service over here. You know, you want to draw Telesto like it has some big old pair of knockers on it, you know, with some crazy hentai. I'm completely down for it because this gun is so hot. You look at this thing, and it actually performs like a regular fusion rifle now. You shoot somebody, and it just does damage to them. It doesn't stick stuff onto them and then blow up after a second. It just hits them like a fusion rifle, but it can also put those little sticky nades around on the ground and whatnot still, and they explode and do the damage, so it just does the best of both worlds now, and it's absolutely amazing. This thing can still have crazy range though. You can hit people from farther away than any other fusion rifle in the game and just one-shot them. Now it does have a weird kind of recoil pattern, I will say, so I've been trying to get that down, but as I got through the clips you'll see today, as I kept playing with this Telesto, I started getting that recoil pattern down, and I'm still not the best with it, but I can tell you this thing can get pretty dang solid from crazy ranges. Finish off with a third void weapon here with our other half sword right here with the eager edge. I don't think I use this in any of the plays today. In fact, I know I don't. But hey, 3 void weapons with Verity's Brow. Yeah, that's a good combo. You can go ahead and check out all the mods here if you would like to. I did prioritize getting to 100 discipline, so I unfortunately could not stick 100 recup here, but 93 is just fine in my opinion. So why don't we go ahead and break down this Void 3.0 before we hop into the gameplay. I don't want to take up too much time on this section, so I am just going to speed through this, and I will touch harder on the parts that really need to be broken down, right? So we have Nova Bomb Vortex, we have a Healing Rift, we have Blink, we have Pocket Singularity, and for our nade, of course our nade is going to be a big part of enabling our Verity's Brow, and our Osmosis on our legal action. I'm using Axion Bolts. If you go to my video from yesterday, which I will link in the end screen if I remember to do it, I was using Scatter Nades. I think that is a great combo, but I wanted to try Axion Bolts. One of the big nerfs that became to Axion Bolts recently, well not recently, but just over time, is they lost some damage. They don't do as much damage anymore. When you can get the Death Throws stacked up, you can get Axion Bolts that do like 150 damage. It's crazy. So when you can get these Axion Bolts where all you have to do is like tickle their toes a little bit, and then the Axion Bolt can kill them so easily. I'll show you, I have some great clips today where the Axion Bolts just do freaking work, dude. They put in so much work. It's just amazing, and I really do think this is probably the best grenade for this combo, at least for me, and especially on Cauldron. For our aspects, we have Feed the Void and Shout of the Old Gods, or as we call him around here, Clarence. Clarence is my son from the Void. You shoot Clarence in there, he's going to get your grenade energy back. We love to see that. But then we have Feed the Void, which, again, we get kills while we have Devour procced. We get more grenade energy back. We also have down here, we get a kill with our melee ability, and we get more grenade energy back. So we have so many ways, even just in spite of our Verity's Brow, we have all 3 different ways down here to get grenade energy back. After that, we have Echo of Expulsion, so every now and again, we're going to get a kill with our Void abilities. When you do that, they're going to explode another time, and I'll show you, there's several times today where I get kills with the Echo of Expulsion because of these really good Axion Bolts, and because of clearance and whatnot. When those plays happen, I will make sure I do my best to call it out for you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And I'll even show you the symbol it shows in the bottom left on the kill marker so you know when your Echo of Expulsion is the thing getting the kills for you. For these two, these are the same fragments I always use because they're always so good, I never take them off. Echo of Dilation, when you're crouched, you get a very in-tuned radar that helps us just to pick through walls and whatnot exactly where our enemies are, so we can pick them off as easy as possible. And then I have this right here, Echo of Persistence, that is going to make our Void buffs, but especially our Devour is going to go from 10-second duration to 15-second duration. Again, this does take away some recovery, so be careful with that, but this is just an amazing fragment, and we really want to have as much Devour time as we can, so I love to use this fragment. And with that, I think we have everything covered. So thank you guys so much for sitting through this. If you sat through the membership spiel as well, then I really do appreciate it. And if you would like to join, again, I really, really would appreciate that. You get so many perks that hopefully are good for you. If you have any other perks that you think might interest you, maybe I can add them, but that's what we have for now. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys, and I think we're ready to go ahead and get into this gameplay. So why don't we go ahead and blink on into it. Now, as I touched on earlier, this is a pretty good map for Blink. I do enjoy Cauldron. You're going to see I actually have a Snorri for my secondary weapon there, just in this first round, this first clip, and then I put on the Telesto after that. But I think this is a good map for Blink, right? You can take very many different positions and rotate extremely well with your Blink on this map. There's some maps that are kind of big, they don't really favor your Blink, but this map really does with the rotations you can make and everything of the sorts. Look how many death throw stacks I have and how fast I'm going to be regenerating my nade energy because of that. I got all 3 of my kills with Void weapons there because I procced Osmosis, smacked them up the lethal current, and you can see right there, I throw in my nade, look in the bottom left now, all 3 of my weapons are Void weapons now. So when I get a kill with this lethal current, it's going to give me stacks of death throws. That's what I love to do. Chuck in an Axion Bolt at the beginning of a round if I have it, hopefully into a good spot, and then start taking shots and see if I can get some death throw stacks and get some of that nade energy back. Now again, this is very early on. This is my first time using the Telesto, especially in its new form, so I'm still learning the spray pattern, especially in these early clips here, but you can see I was going for some longer ranges because I know this thing has crazy range. Was kind of missing my shots here. I did get back from a little vacation just a few days ago, and I knew that I needed to get warmed back up, and Trials was the perfect opportunity to do that. So I played a good amount of Trials today, and I do feel much better, got back into things quite a bit, and you know, I'm just glad to do that. We smack that guy, look at the left side of the screen, we do have death throw stacks, so we're looking around, we smack this guy, some more death throw stacks, nade energy is just flying up, Clarence is sucking toes. I'm gonna skip through the rest of that clip because it did not end well, I'll tell you much. I flew in there and died, and then my teammate just went in there and ate some fat cheeks, dude, so I don't even want to relive that, I can be honest with you. Throw in the melee there. I was watching my radar, I saw that guy was pushing up, so I threw in the melee so I could kind of push him away and just deter his push. Then I went in, smacked that, we have some death throws. Watch the nade here. You're going to see that nade goes in, and it tickles this guy's cheeks. My teammate takes him out on the left there. But I had some death throw stacks when I threw in my nade there. I believe within about 18 meters or so, if your teammates are about in that range of you, they will get some death throws stacks to actually help them get their nade energy back too. So they had to be pretty close, to be honest. So I don't know if my teammate actually even got those stacks to help with them, but the Axion Bolt itself did have extra damage because we threw it out when we had a stacks of death throws. Now you can see here, I hate stasis so much. Good thing they're buffing it, right? That's a good call. Just shooting these stasis turrets help my teammates out. Smack this guy real good over the head, and you can see Osmosis, you know, I just love it. When you get the Osmosis there and you have the little void for your kinetic, you just slap as long as you can. You can see that guy. Unfortunately, I could not map him quite well enough, but my teammate was able to follow up pretty easily. This was a spot that I quite like to go. Set up shop right here, take some shots, you can throw in a nice nade, and just really take them out pretty quickly. You can see I throw in the nade there, hit this guy on the head, and look at that. See the bottom left under that nade kill? 2 of them died to the nades, and then 1 of them died to the Echo of Expulsion. So 1 of them blew up, and then after a second, he exploded again from the Echo of Expulsion, and it blew up his teammate, and that's what killed his teammate. And my nade just killed all 3 of them there, and you love to see it. And that's what I'm saying with these Axions bolters. When they can track in, and they can get 1 kill, and then Echo of Expulsion can do its thing, it can be a disgusting combo. You can see here even, I got a nice Axion in there, chasing those little freakers away. They had to run away, and then I just spray them down. I get some death throw stacks, and I basically already had my nade back up for the next round. And you love to have ways to get your nade back up, especially on an Axion bolt, as it does have a very long cooldown, so you need to keep that in mind. Again, throw in the Axion there, take some shots at this guy. I do just want to get Clarence in there, but I'm kind of looking at these guys, seeing what they want to do. If I can break this shield, that would be awesome. I will say, the Telesto is amazing at breaking shields. Like, if there's a Titan shield in front of you, put some Telesto bolts into it, and that thing is going to get disintegrated faster than like a 5-year-old will smack down a bag of Teddy Grahams. I'm telling you, it will just get slammed. You can see me kind of trying to take a peek in here, but being kind of cautious at the same time. Map that guy pretty good, and you can see that is a range right there with the Telesto that is very, very favorable for it. And you can control the recoil on the Telesto at that range pretty easily. Anything more than that and it kind of would get messy for me, but I'm still learning on it. Now you can see this again, I kind of missed right there, and I kind of had to just blink out. I knew I could take these 2 guys if I could just get to a favorable position. So I smacked this out, and look, he didn't quite die, right? Until he does, because he steps on some of the mines that were left on the ground, and gets his bussy blown up. This guy flies in. I knew if I blinked in, I could punch him in the face and kill him, so I did just that. Unfortunately, the rest of this play doesn't go so good, so we're going to skip to the next one. Nice little blink transition there. It actually messed up my blink going into the start of this round, but again, set up shop right here. Get your rift down, grab Clarence, chuck in the nade, now you have your Osmosis procced, and then you can be ready to just start taking shots to your enemies. Slid out of the way of the nades coming in on me there because I didn't want to get suppressed or anything. There was some nades flying in, so gotta be careful. And again, here's what I'm saying. Use your blink to rotate as quick as you can. I got all the way around to the left here. My teammate decided he wanted to be a linebacker for the freaking Giants, but unfortunately he got smacked down, so I guess he's not quite going to make the team this year. He can try out again next year, you know. It's, you know, quite running on the JV team, I think, right now, you know. He couldn't quite get to varsity, but he's trying his best. Clarence was in there keeping that guy off the res, sucking his toes a little bit, making him weaken, and then luckily my teammate did push and he did win that round, so that's awesome to see. This is a start right here. So you see how I went up to that door, I was watching radar pings, and I instantly shot right where a lot of the sniper players stand. Now you see it didn't really work out there. Look, this is what I'm going to tell you right here. I had a death throw stack, I throw my axe on, that guy gets collapsed. Boom, Echo of Expulsion kills the second guy. So there's a time where I actually did get to use my stacks of death throws, and you can see the Axiom Bolt does huge damage, like 150 damage, even just from one stack of death throws. Like, it goes crazy. So keep that in mind. If you have those death throws and you can get that Axiom Bolt tracking in there, it can go crazy. But as I was saying before, and I will show you that start that I was trying to show you in the last clip later on as I blow up from a bunch of solar BS, you can go up to that door on the other side where my teammate is right here, straight in front of him. You can go to the door and you can very quickly just shoot your Telesto bolts in and smack the sniper players. And I'll show you when we get to that clip. This clip, I have the entire round in here for one reason. It's because my teammates kept misplaying. They would go and they would res each other. And then, like, why didn't they just fight this guy together? All they had to do was 2v1 that guy and it was fine. But he came around, he rezzed me. Okay, now all I'm thinking is, let's stop this guy from getting the res. Let's kill him, you know, we're 2 people. Let's kill him, we can end this round. So I go start chasing him and get him pretty good. I blink over the top here. All I need is 1 bullet to kill him. But unfortunately, my blink, I was not quite coming out of it fast enough to take that shot. I thought, it's okay. My teammate, all my teammate has to do is literally go spit on this guy's bush and he's done. But my teammate didn't follow me up. He went around and he fucking res this Titan again. And then he goes and he eats dog dick. And I'm like, dude, stop going for reses. When it's a 2v1, just play together and finish the round out. Watch what your teammate's doing. Especially what annoys me is that he saw I was pushing the last enemy and it looked like he was pushing with me at first and then he just disappears. Don't do that. Watch your randoms or the teammates that you're queued with, if you're in voice call especially, you know, say that stuff to each other. Okay, I'm not going to go for our third teammate. Let's just push together. Let's get this last guy because it's just a much better plan most of the time. Smack that guy. We have some death throws stacks. I shoot at that guy, but unfortunately, he didn't quite get smackage because my teammate took him out. I flick up here, smack this guy, 50 damage to the head right there with a nice headshot. That guy got put into the dirt. But you can see, when you're very close, especially with the Telesto, you can just slap their booty cheeks real good. Throw in the nade there, we know it's going to start tracking. I smack this guy pretty good. I blink up because I saw he was shotgun rushing me. He dies to the nade chasing his bus down. I shoot this at the ground. Unfortunately, he doesn't die until he takes a few too many steps backwards and walks into those pellets on the ground from the Telesto, and then my teammates throw the round. But hey, you saw that? That's what I'm saying. It's the best of both worlds right now. You have a regular fusion rifle built into Telesto, but it still has the benefits of being an exotic fusion rifle that can leave those things on the ground, leave them on the wall. People will walk into them and they will blow up right there. That's what I'm saying. That is the start you can do, and look how well it works out. I kill all 3 of them with the Telesto that round. See how people love to snipe right there? If you can use your blink to get to that door before anybody else can even get there, you can open it up and you can shoot the Telesto bolts in right when the snipers get there and immediately turn their pussies into ground beef. I'm telling you, if you want to make a batch of hamburger helper later tonight, what you want to do is use that play right there and absolutely shred that bush. You can see I'm using my blink for a perfect rotation here. I get around to this side of that guy, I knock his head off, he's fucking in La La Land right now, he doesn't know what to do. I slap the rift down, I grab clearance, and I'm trying to get an angle onto the next guys, and I certainly do that, and I just start taking shots in there, boom, his head's knocked off, waiting for the last guy, but Clarence, my good little boy, he says, Papa, I got this, and he just sucks the toes into the afterlife. Now here we go again. Take some nice shots, throw in an Axion Bolt. I was feeling the lethal action, whatever it's called here. Feeling it pretty good by this point. You can see as I knock this guy's head off, it's a pretty darn good gun, and I really love the scope on this thing. Like, scopes like that just make me nut in 3 different languages. I'm telling you, dude. I'm nutting in Polish, Spanish, and English. Sometimes I'm nutting in Japanese, and I can't even speak any language besides English, really, so it's hard to explain, but I'm doing it, baby. Take some shots there. I could have mapped that guy, but he kind of got behind the wall. My teammate didn't really know that he's supposed to go on the right side of the road, so we kind of ran into each other a bit there. Bit of a mistake. This guy tried to map me, but I said, sorry, sir, I am the Telesto master. I'm going to map you before you can map me. Smack his friend here pretty good. Unfortunately, did not map him, but I used my blink to go backwards. I feel like sometimes people don't think about the fact that you can blink backwards. Keep that in your repertoire, right? Keep that as one of your go-to uses of your blink. It's a very simple thing, and you might be thinking, if you're using your blink for a while, Roger, that's such a stupid tip. It's a very simple tip, but it's a good tip, because it is. Sometimes the simple stuff is what you need to really keep in mind all the time if you want to truly master something. And when it comes to blink, there's a lot of little intricacies, but blinking backwards, I think, is something people kind of forget about. So when you're in those situations where someone's right in front of you and you just need to get away from them, take a little blink backwards and then take your shots. You can see right there, I wanted to keep that clip in to show you guys, I lost the tracking on that guy. I don't have Astrosight Verse on, so I didn't have my radar through my blink. That's something that I struggle with sometimes. When I don't have my radar through a blink, I'm still getting used to that because I used to only run Astro. Now, of course, nowadays you don't have to run Astrosight to be successful, but sometimes I lose the tracking on my enemies. If that happens, what I suggest to you is what I did there. Blink straight up. Just blink up, get above your enemies, and then as you fall down, what you're going to do is take a peek at your radar. As you're falling, you look at your radar, you find where your enemy is, and then you flick onto them as you land, and by the time your boots hit the ground, you will be set with that. And then you can just take your enemies out pretty easily. Me and my teammate were doing our best to smack these enemies here. Unfortunately, he got dicked down, and it was just me, so I was going to try my best to do the play. Here's what I don't get. I wanted to show that just so I could show you guys. I only killed that second guy there, man. I had both of them just smacked with my Telesto there, and they didn't die, but you can get amazing multi-kills just like I do in this clip. If this is a clip I'm thinking of, at least. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it is. So I'm going to blink up top towards bridge here in a second, and you're going to see me get the most beautiful double kill with this Telesto. If the enemy is ever licking each other's toes, and you manage to sneak up on them while they're having toe time, just like that, look, they were having some saucy toe time, and I just said, sorry brothers, no foot fetishes around here, and I put them in the frickin' dirt. And it's just amazing the multi-kills you can get with this thing. It's so strong, and I had so many stacks of death throws after killing those guys. You gotta think about that stuff, and I can just fly my nade energy back up, and we did end up losing that round, I think, and that's why I cut it, because my teammates also ate doggy do. But hey, that's alright. We're coming into this play here. I'm just looking around towards these doors. My teammate goes in. I have clearance, so I'm feeling a little ballsy. I come around the corner here, hit this guy pretty good, but don't quite map him as well as I could. Fortunately for me, as I went through that blink, I knew I could just punch him once in the nut, and he would probably just get testicular cancer and, pass away peacefully in the night, and that's kind of what happened. Taking shots at these guys here, what are we going to do? We're going to throw in our nade, we're going to get Osmosis procced, and then we're just going to get ready to take any more shots at them that we can. But you don't want to get tunnel visioned, especially at middle areas of a map like this. You need to make sure you're checking your radar every 4 or so seconds is what I recommend. If you watch my live gameplay a lot of the time, you'll see me do something where when I aim down sights onto a lane, I count down, and I go 5, 4, 3, and once I get to 1, I stop aiming down sights, I take a couple of seconds to check my radar, and then maybe I'll aim down sights again. I kind of messed up my nade there because I thought the door would be open, but it wasn't, so oops, but that's okay. I start taking shots. You notice I slide in very aggressively and take that peek. I did that because my teammate just died, and that might sound kind of counterintuitive, but what I mean by that is my teammate just died, but I was assuming, okay, maybe he did some damage to the enemy that killed him before he died. And I was correct in that assumption, and since I was correct in that assumption, I was able to knock the enemy's head off very quickly, enable myself to blink over and grab both of my boys' reses, and then easily win that round. So if you see your teammates die, if you want to go for an aggressive peek after them, I think it's a pretty good idea, because as far as you know, they probably did a little bit of damage to the enemy, and you could pick up a good kill and get a trade at the very least. Now I'm coming around for a flank here. Like I say, good, use your blinks to get those flanks. You see I mapped that guy pretty well. He probably was missing a little bit of health. He was invis, you know, just sitting in the doorway, a little invis Jimmy. I take my shots here. Unfortunately, I can't get the last bullets in that guy's head, but Clarence just locked this guy into a freaking alleyway and said, "Sorry, pal, I'm gonna have to take you out a little bit here." And he just like went full on mafia boss, pulled out the freaking Tommy gun and just sprayed his cheeks down. And I was like, you know what, Clarence, this is why I respect you, buddy. This is why you are my favorite son and only son, as far as I know. I mean, I guess I could have some other kids out there, but yeah, I'm not paying any child support, so we're going to pretend that I don't. Taking shots on these guys. You see where I am right here. I know I played a bit earlier in this area. I like to use my blink to make rotations to this area and peek like onto that guy right there, because people don't always expect it, especially if you play very far back, like where I was taking shots through that doorway at first. You can sit really far back with a high impact pulse like I have here and stay off the enemy's radars and then knock them away. Getting to the last few plays here, so I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you want to be a member, I'd really appreciate that. And hey, you can play some trials with me too if you happen to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do the first trials with members this week or if we'll start it next week. I might wait till next week to start it up and see if anybody even joins anyway, because it's already going to be Saturday as when I post this. But we'll figure it out. But either way, I just really appreciate you guys watching. You know, I always enjoy when I can play some fun matches, and I was actually able to do that today. You can see right here, even I started getting pretty good with this Telesto and enjoy it quite a bit. So I'm excited to keep playing with it, and I really think they did well with this rework, because for a long time this gun has just been like some of the goofiest shit to ever exist. How many times has this gun broken this game? Telesto has actually broken this game. What is it? It's over like 30 times, right? Like, it's a lot. So it just cracks me up that it's finally like good now. But honestly, I don't know. I don't really think that it's overpowered. Like, I don't know. I think it's just good, and we'll see if it gets nerfed or anything, but I don't know. I don't really think it's like stupid broken. I think it's just a solid gun. But you let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's busted beyond all recognition? Do you think Telesto needs to go back in the freaking dirt where it came from, put it in a shallow grave and watch it drown? Or are you kind of a happy camper and you want to see it prosper for a little bit? Because I think it's an interesting change up of the meta to have this gun be good for a little while, and I'm in full support of it. This is our last clip, so again, thank you guys so much. If you want to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, or hit that notification bell so we can see more in the future, that would be all very, very much appreciated. Why don't we go for like, I don't know, 70 likes on this? I think we usually do pretty good on these videos for the likes, so I think that'd be a cool goal to hit. Probably saying that at the end of the video doesn't really help. I should say that earlier on. But looking at this Titan shield here, I knew I could just get clearance on these guys and smack their bushes, so that's basically what I did. And look at this, you can shoot a Telesto onto a shield and it blows up and it will kill the enemy behind it, so keep that in mind. A pretty good tip there as well. And as I fly in here and we kill this last guy, it's going to be it. So as always, have a great day, Guardians.